Yes then YouTube, for your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FIFA 22 Ultimate Team coins, check out U7Buy, link down in the description below. Use code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. We are back YouTube, and believe you me, these custom tactics are going to make your opponent cry. I found a formation, yeah, that is so overpowered. And by the way YouTube, these do work on new gen and old gen, and they do also work for a Road to Glory team and a pay to win team, because of course I do run both. And these custom tactics with the 5-2-1-2, they are literally going to make your opponents cry. This formation is so overpowered. I can't even believe I've never used it before really until the last couple of weeks. It's all kicked off because of how effective the 3-5-2's been. I've kind of thought, could we turn that into a 5-back? And then have like the wing backs on join the attack, etc. as we get into the player instructions. And then I thought, well, I normally always do 5-3-2. Why not try 5-2-1-2 with the cam and the two strikers? And oh my god, YouTube, it is so overpowered. So the custom tactics that I use for this formation, YouTube, is on the defensive style, as always, just balanced. I never really like to touch that too much. Pressure on heavy touch and press after possession loss are very good as well, but believe you me, balanced is the way to go, especially if you're running a Road to Glory. If you're running like pressure on heavy touch or press after possession loss, you're just going to drain your stamina far too much. So balanced is 100% the way to go. A balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. Very important. You want to use your pressing manually. You don't want the game to press for you, because if it does it at certain times that you're not expecting it, you'll be left far too exposed at the back. So yeah, balanced 100% is the way to go. The width on the defensive is 53. Okay, I know it's a random number, but you know what I'm like with my custom tactics, YouTube. I play around with a lot of different numbers, and when I find my happy medium G spot, if you know, you know, we take an inch and we run a mile with it. So 53, definitely on the width, 1 million trillion billion %. Okay, YouTube. And by the way, as we are still here, thank you for hitting that 20k. If you do want to drop a like on this video for me, that would be great, and hit that subscribe button to my channel. On the way to 30k, yeah, let's do it, or maybe 25k. That's probably more realistic. But yeah, 53 on the width, 100% YouTube. The depth, this is where it does get interesting, because we are playing 5 at the back, YouTube. Okay, we can afford to be a little bit more advanced with our depth. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic there. We can afford to be a little bit more advanced with our depth. So I do play 55 depth with the 5-2-1-2 again. Like I'm just saying there, because we do have the 5 at the back, we can afford to just take a few more risk. And if any of you guys do struggle defensively, this 5-2-1-2 is going to help you out tremendously, believe you me. So yeah, 53 on the width along with 55 depth. Very important that you probably have your depth on 55. If you do go down a little bit lower, you might just be a little bit too camped in your own box. You do want to be a little bit more aggressive with this 5-back, YouTube, okay? The build-up play, you guessed it, is balanced. I did actually, when I first tried this formation out, I did try long ball. So long ball is definitely a viable option. If you are someone that is struggling to create opportunities with it, I would recommend long ball. Long ball says the team will make runs for long balls into space behind the opposing back line or up to a target man. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking positioning attribute are the best at this tactic. It is very effective, long ball, 100%. But I'm a little bit weird. I always really play on balanced on my build-up play. I just find it works best for me. I do a lot of like LBA and L1X runs on Xbox. Yeah, LBA on Xbox and L1X on PS5. So I do a lot of them runs where they do a lot of them passes where they make the runs manually. So I don't really need the long ball. But YouTube, on the chance creation, you guessed it. It is back, baby. It is back. The direct passing is here and here to stay. Once the team enters the attacking zone with possession, players will create chances by making runs for passes into space behind the opposing back line. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking positioning attribute are the best at this tactic. You know me, YouTube. If any of you have been watching my videos on FIFA 22, big ups, man. Absolute legends. I've been a big believer of the direct passing this year. I find it to be such a good addition to the game and really overpowered, really. So on some formations it works, some it doesn't. 5-2-1-2 is one of them that does work. So 5-2-1-2, direct passing, boom, King Bob is your uncle. The width then, YouTube, I do now play on 55. Remember, we do have the right wing back and the left wing back, so we do want to have a little bit of width with them. They are going to provide, you will now see in a minute with my player instructions, they're the ones that provide the width for the attacking play, because a lot of it will go through the middle with the 2 strikers in the cam in that little triangle. Very effective triangle. Very similar to the 3-5-2, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, a couple of my favourite formations this year. So, the width, 55. As always, YouTube, 55. Bread and butter right there. Get the width from the wing backs. You're not too shabby. Players in the box, YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. You guessed it, 7. I always play on 7 players in the box. When in the crossing zone, you will have some players making runs into the penalty area if it is the right time to make the run. The reason I have 7 is I like to have 4 players in the box. There's no real Monday Night Football analysis with Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville. It really is just, surely the more players you have in the box, the more likely you are to score a goal, right? It really just is that simple. So, players in the box, 7. Boom. King Bob is your uncle. Get more players in the box, score more opportunities. Simple as that. And then YouTube, if you're going to take anything, and I mean anything from today's video, lower the corners and free kicks down from 3-3 to 2-2. It will stop you getting counter-attacked on so much. And the way I look at it is, if the ball in the box is good from a corner and free kick, and your defender gets the animation where your attacker gets the animation where he leaps up, you're going to score anyway, regardless if you've got 10 men in the box or 1 man in the box. So, I always lower the corners and free kicks down from 3-3 to 2-2. So, they're the tactics that I use in the 5-2-1-2 that are going to make your opponents cry. How I set my team up is like so. Cruyff and R9 as my 2 strikers. Ronaldinho as my cam. Hullet and Kante as my 2 centre mids. Cancelo as my left wing back. Obviously, my back 3. Ruben Dias, Marquinhos and Hakimi. Kylian Mbappe as my right wing back. I know, very funny. And then, of course, Donnarumma in net. Now, player instructions, YouTube. This is where it does get interesting. I just have getting behind on both my strikers, okay? So they will... Excuse me, I just burped. That was disgusting. They will make forward runs in behind the defence. That's the only thing I put on. Normally, I would have, like, stay central on. But I don't mind my strikers drifting a little bit wider in the 5-2-1-2 because it can be a little bit narrow. So, yeah, getting behind is literally the only thing I put on my 2 strikers. So, that's the only thing you guys are going to want to put on. My cam is then on stay forward and get into the box for cross. Very important, YouTube, especially when we are playing the 5-2-1-2, to have get into the box for cross. You are going to want to have as many players in the box as you possibly can do, really, with the 5-2-1-2. So, yeah, definitely have Dino or your cam on get into the box for cross. My left centre mid, completely default settings, apart from I then do put him on cover centre. My right centre mid is then on stay back while attacking and cover centre, but it doesn't matter, YouTube, if you want your right centre mid on balance and the other one's on stay back. Just in my opinion, as long as one of them's on stay back and the other's on balance, you won't go too far wrong. My right wing back, YouTube, is then on join the attack and overlap. Very important that you do put overlap on. They will get on the overlap on the outside of you. Very, very, very important there. All 3 centre backs just on stay back while attacking. I don't touch them. Left wing back is also on join the attack and overlap. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there, YouTube, is my custom tactics that are going to make your opponents cry on FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. This formation is so overpowered, I can't even get my head around it. So thank you for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it for me. Drop a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button to my channel and hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. If you can do all of them things, that would be insane. Thank you for watching, guys. Also, check out Luke1977.com. Link to his website down in the description below. Use code WOLF20 at the checkout for 20% off absolutely everything. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.